What can I do as creative expression? How can I make art? Do you have a creative urge but don't quite know what it is that you'd really like to do creatively? Well, think of it, rather than looking for one particular thing that you can be creative in, consider your creative giftings. I think we're all born with more than one, and it's a matter of really discovering what it is that we really enjoy doing that is creative. In the last video, I stressed the importance of knowing that each of us is creative, that we all have a creative gifting. And in this video, I'd like to share some ideas about how it is that you can discover something that you really enjoy doing that is creative, or maybe many things. You'd be surprised once you start looking. And it's a journey, it's a process. For some, it's a relatively short journey. For others, it can be a lifetime of ongoing discovery. As I mentioned in the last video, I grew up in a creative family. For the last 40-something years, I've frequently had a camera in my hands. I love photography. But there's also other creative things that I really enjoy doing, like gardening, like baking, like drawing, like sculpting with wood. And this wood carving has been a relatively new addition to the collection of creative things I enjoy doing and engaging with that are part of my life. And because it's been such a big part of my life, it's an ongoing thing to discover not only how to be a better photographer, but also at times to look for other things. I started carving because I wanted to do something creative that was completely removed from technology. No gadgets, no computers, no need to be online for any part of it. And it's been so refreshing and so freeing in so many ways to discover this new thing that I love to do. And I think no matter how young you are, how old you are, there is always time to discover something new that you love doing that's creative. Take practical steps. Think about it in a positive way and really aim to reach a goal of discovering something new, something that you really enjoy doing, or developing something that you've dabbled in for a while but really haven't taken it as far as you can. And sure, think practically about what you can do. Consider the space, consider your location, and really think about what it is you want to do. Maybe you want to start making clay pots, but if you don't have a space and you don't have the equipment, that's going to be difficult. Or if you want to take photographs in a particular location, but it's hours drive away, that's not so practical. Think of things that are close enough to home to make it easy for you to begin to form a habit of being creative. Think about how much time that you'll need. Think about if there's cost involved. And if any of these things are going to inhibit you or be impractical, think about something else that you can do that does fit all the boxes that you have to tick. And another key thing is think about the type of person that you are. Do you like to see quick results, or are you going to be happy working on something that takes a long time? You know, when I take a photograph, it's a split second usually, and these days I can see the result immediately on the back of my camera. But when I'm wood carving, the result is going to take months sometimes just days, sometimes weeks, but sometimes it takes me months to get to a point where I can look at a piece of carving and go, yeah, it's finished, I'm happy, I'm quite content with it. And so if you're comfortable like this, maybe wood carving or something similar is for you, but if you like to see quicker results, think about doing some baking or some other art form that's going to give you a bit more of an immediate response, or at least a quicker one than taking months to do something. And have an attitude to enjoy yourself. Think of it as playing. Be like a little child, just enjoying being in the sand pit, making sandcastles. I love the music of Bruce Springsteen, and a while ago I read an interview where he was talking about playing music and that this has been his whole life of playing. He's never really worked a whole day in his life because he's always playing guitar and singing songs, and I just love that attitude of his creativity is play. And don't fear failure. Don't think negatively about what you're doing. I believe there's no right or wrong in art. There's no good or bad. There's no black and white way to do it. Being creative is an expression of who you are, of who we are. And as we can explore this with an attitude like children and without judgment, this will release us to become even more creative and more genuinely creative. Make a start, but start small. When I started carving, the pieces of wood I was carving were quite small, and I've realised over time, I started working on a new piece just the other day, and it's the biggest piece of wood that I've started to work with. And so as I've developed my confidence, as I've developed my skill, I'm wanting to develop the complexity and the challenge behind what it is that I'm doing creatively. So rather than starting on a large canvas to paint with oil paints, just pick up a pad and a pencil and enjoy doodling, enjoy some sketching, and just take it as a good time of learning and exploration to discover what it is that you really like to do. Because if you don't make a start, you're always going to be stuck. You'll never begin to develop. So look at that blank page, but don't look at it as a blank page for too long. Make a start small, and remain positive and focused on enjoying the process of what you're doing. And this way you'll really begin to develop what it is that you will enjoy. Maybe think about what you used to enjoy when you were a child during art time or craft time at school, and start experimenting along these lines. Or start cooking a meal that you enjoy cooking, but tweak it a little bit, make it a little bit different, and then start to explore with other ingredients and different recipes. And as you begin to try things out, you'll begin to really come to an awareness of what it is that you actually enjoy. And as you're engaging in your creative process, pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings. Remain positive and aim to stay in the flow. Once you find that place of flow, you really enjoy your art, you're really positive in your thinking, this is when a depth of expression will really begin to show in your creative process. Oftentimes when I'm teaching photography, people will ask me, oh, what should I photograph? And I always just tell them, photograph what you find most interesting. What do you find attractive? Take pictures of these things. I can't tell someone what they're going to enjoy photographing. You've got to discover it yourself. So experiment and find a bunch of different topics and different things to take photographs of and pursue them. Don't just take one or two photos of each thing. And in the same way, try this with drawing or baking or whatever creative expression that you're engaging with. Look at your surroundings, listen to your surroundings, be part of the community that you live in, and discover how this can inspire you. Look at other people's creation, look at other art. It's such a good way to be inspired. I love what Pablo Picasso said. He said, good artists copy, but great artists steal. And I've always taken that to mean that when he was talking about stealing something, he's talking about owning it. It's about making it your own. So sure, take the idea that comes to mind from when you're looking at a great movie or an interesting painting and incorporate it as it's your own, because everything's been done before. There's nothing really that is totally new under the sun until you put your own creative expression into what you're creating. Let me encourage you to make a list. Write down a bunch of things. Spend some time. Don't try and sit down and do it in 5 minutes, but write down a bunch of different ideas about what you'd like to do creatively, and then pick one of them. Doesn't have to be the first thing you wrote down. It might be the second or the fourth thing. And then start to engage in it. Give yourself a bit of time and really explore whether you're going to enjoy it or not. Remember to stay positive. Remember to have the attitude of playing like a child and just developing your ideas. let us know in the comments down below what it is you're trying. I'd love to know. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like, please subscribe. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about when it is that you can be creative. And to see other videos in this series, please check out this playlist here. Thanks very much for watching.